Okay, today I'm going to be walking you through how to change a Honda CR-V belt buckle. In this case, it's on the passenger side, and this is the one I just replaced, and this is what the one I took out looked like, and I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to go out about doing this. Okay, let's drop down below. Okay, here we are looking underneath the passenger seat. On the right side, there's the first bolt, and then if you come over to the other side, get the light on it, underneath this cover here is the other front bolt, and this cover just pops right off. You slide a screwdriver in on both sides and just gently, undo one side and then wiggle and undo the other side. You don't want to do too hard. You don't want to break this plastic because it's going to be really hard to replace, but they just snap on. So gently, take that off, and you'll find the other bolt here, and you can unscrew both of these bolts. Now we're going to go to the back. Okay, here we are in the back seat, or the back of the front seat, I should say. Here's a cover here for the back bolt, so just gently do the same thing. Pry that piece of plastic off each side gently. You'll find the bolt in there, and then over on this side, same thing right here. One side and then the other side, pull that plastic cover off, and the other bolt. Okay, once you've done all four bolts, or I should say once you've removed all four bolts, let's go back up front. Okay, from underneath you have the two connectors. You have the top yellow one, and then right below it you have, if you can see it here, in that blue right there, that blue connector. So unplug both of those, and that'll disconnect it from the floor. Then you're ready to pull the seat out of the car. So I put it on a table and then put it on its side, the front seat, and it was much easier to work with it that way. Let's head over here. Okay, so if you could picture this seat here laying on its side with this table that folds down facing upward towards the sky. Now this table comes off real easy. On the very bottom of the metal rack, you'll see 3 bolts. You just unscrew each of those bolts, and that little ledger table there will come right off. Then what you next want to do is you want to pop off this plastic covering that runs from here all the way to the front. It's got 2 little push pins on it, one on this side, that if you gently pull them out, you can reuse them. Another one on front, and then right about a little bit towards the front midway, there's a little snap-on connection. So if you gently pry all those off, you'll expose the seat belt buckle. And this is kind of what it's going to look like right here, like so. And all it is, right here, you'll see right here, there's a bolt. And that thing just screws right on in. So just unscrew it, take it out, and it'll look just like so. And at this little end right here, this sits on a bracket. Just rest on it, and then go ahead and put your new one back in on it and screw it in nice and tight. Then next, what you want to do is you want to just kind of put everything back together in reverse order. So put your seatbelt buckle on, snap your plastic back into place, those 3 screws that hold on the tray, then bring the seat back into the car, put your 4 bolts on, your plastic covers that cover the bolts, and in the front there, plug those 2 connectors in, and you are good to go. Now just real quick, one more thing up front. Let me shut this up. Okay, here I am sitting at the driver's seat. Now, if this should happen like it happened to me up here on the dash, the SRS light comes on, and I couldn't get it off for nothing. Let me show you how to reset that. Okay, what you want to do is come down to the fuse box, and in the fuse box here, this little yellow connector with it's got a green and a black wire to it. It's plugged in right behind these thick group of wiring. They're kind of hard to move. It's just plugged into a dummy port, meaning it's not really plugged into anything. It's just sitting in place. It's a place to keep it in there. So it's not really hooked up to anything. And what you can do is, what I ended up doing is there's a screw right here, and over here on this side, in this, there's a screw right in, where is it? Well, it's I don't remember exactly. It's right up here somewhere. But if you disconnect those two screws and then gently start pulling on the very bottom of this, right down here, this whole piece here will come off gently. And then it's easier to pull this connector out if the need be, because those wires are in place. So at any rate, once you get this yellow, where's it go? This yellow plug out, you can take a wire like so, and you can plug it in. Just pop it right in. And what you want to do is you turn the ignition. Don't start the car, but just turn it all the way right before it starts. And the SRS light will stay on for 6 seconds. Pull it out, and when the light goes off, then when the light comes back on, put it back in the exact same spot, and like 3 or 4 seconds later it'll go off, and then take it out, and the light's gone. You've erased the SRS code. It doesn't do anything to the car, but it just resets the code so it disappears off your dashboard. So at any rate, I hope this helps. I really appreciated all the help I got when I need to do things to this car from watching YouTube videos, so that's why I'm making this one. So I hope this will help you. Okay, bye.